Joe Turner's Come and Gone was written by August Wilson, one of the most influential writers in American theater. So why not learn a little bit about him? The Life of August Wilson by Dylan Corbett. Born in 1945, August Wilson grew up in the Hill District of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He grew up in this two-bedroom apartment with his 5 other siblings and his single mother, Daisy Wilson. In the 1950s, Daisy got married and moved his family to a nicer neighborhood, where they encountered racial hostility and discrimination and were forced to leave shortly after. August Wilson dropped out of Gladstone High School in the 9th grade after a teacher accused him of plagiarism. But this wouldn't stop him from furthering his education. At the young age of 12, Wilson would find himself in the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh, reading books from Harlem Renaissance authors such as Langston Hughes and Ralph Ellison. In the late 60s, Wilson bought his first typewriter, determined that he would become an author. He moved out on his own and into an apartment, where he began working a variety of jobs to support his writing. It was then when August formed the Center Avenue Poets Theater Workshop and heard Bessie Smith's record for the first time, which had a profound impact on his future writings. Let's take a listen. When August was asked about what it was like listening to Bessie for the first time, he said, "I put that on and it was unlike anything I'd ever heard before. Somehow all the other music was different from that. And I go, wait a minute, this is mine. There's a history here." Her music inspired him to capture Black cultural and historical experiences. It would also lead directly to one of his first publications, his poem titled Bessie. Throughout the rest of the 1960s, Wilson continued to better his writing skills and to be active in the community of African American writers, having co-founded the Black Horizons Theater Company and publishing poetry, which appeared in Negro Digest. Shortly after, August Wilson married Brenda Burton, who gave birth to his first daughter, Sakina Ansari, but that marriage ended in just 3 short years. After this, he had begun writing plays, and in 1977 wrote Black Bart and the Sacred Hills, a musical production about an outlaw of the Old West. Most critics consider this to be Wilson's serious theatrical debut. His early work failed to gain much attention, but after his 3rd play, Wilson realized he was developing something quite monumental. He had created 3 different plays set in 3 different decades, detailing the hopes and struggles of African Americans. In the early 1980s, he decided that he wanted to create a cycle of 10 plays, one for each decade, which collectively would become known as the Pittsburgh Cycle. It starts in the 1900s, with his play, Gem of the Ocean, followed by Joe Turner's Come and Gone, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, The Piano Lesson, 7 Guitars, Fences, 2 Trains Running, Jitney, King Hedley II, and finally Radio Golf. The Piano Lesson and Fences both won a Pulitzer Prize, and Fences won a Tony Award as well. August Wilson's 10-play series is arguably one of the finest literary achievements in contemporary drama. Wilson likes to say his work is inspired by the 4 B's. Writers Amiri Baraka,
except I saw something in the way of things, something grinning at me.
Jorge Luis Borges, painter Romare Bearden, and lastly, the blues.
When I first come to
August Wilson died in June of 2005, but his legacy will forever remain and is considered a theatrical spokesperson for the African American experience.